If you ever take a closer look at Senegal on a map, you might notice something strange about its neighbor, the Gambia. This small country is entirely surrounded by Senegal, except for a tiny sliver of land on its western coast, where it meets the Atlantic Ocean. In fact, the Gambia is so close to Senegal that if you were standing on one side of the river that runs through the middle of the two countries, you could almost throw a rock and hit the other side. So, how did this river become a country? The Gambia is one of the smallest countries in Africa, and it has a long and a complex history. The area now known as the Gambia was once part of several different empires, including the Ghana Empire, the Mali Empire, the Songhai Empire. Around the year 1000, Islam began to spread through West Africa, and the Gambia was no exception. By the 1500s, most of the people in the Gambia were Muslim. In the early 1600s, Europeans began to arrive in West Africa in search of gold, ivory, and slaves. The first European power to establish a presence in the Gambia was the Portuguese, but they were soon replaced by the British. The British set up trading posts along the Gambia River and eventually established control over the entire river. The British continued to rule the Gambia until the early 1900s when, as part of the scramble for Africa, they annexed it as a colony. For centuries, the Gambia was an important part of the British Empire. It was a major source of peanuts, and it was also used as a place to imprison captured slaves. How the Gambia became an independent country? The process of decolonization began in the 1950s, and the Gambia achieved independence from Britain in 1965. So on 18th February 1965, the Gambia became an independent country within the Commonwealth of Nations. Since achieving independence, the Gambia has had a tumultuous history. In 1994, a military dictatorship seized power and ruled the country for 22 years. During that time, many people were persecuted and political opponents were jailed or killed. In 2016, a new democratically elected government came to power, and the Gambia is now working to improve human rights and create a more stable future. The Gambia River is one of the most important features of the country. It runs through the middle of the Gambia from east to west, and it is the main source of water for the people who live there. The river is also home to a diverse array of wildlife, including hippos, crocodiles, and over 200 species of fish. The Gambia River is one of the shortest rivers in Africa, but it is still an important waterway. It is used for transportation, fishing, and irrigation, and it provides drinking water of over 1.5 million people. The Gambia River is also a major tourist attraction, and people come from all over the world to see the river's wildlife. The future of the Gambia. The Gambia is a small country with a long history. It has been through many changes and it faces many challenges, but the Gambia is also a country with a lot of potential. It has a beautiful river, friendly people, and rich culture. In the future, the Gambia could become a thriving tourist destination, and it could use its resources to improve the lives of its people. Only time will tell what the future holds for the Gambia. But one thing is for sure, the Gambia is a country with a lot of potential.